So I just wanted to post a video talking about my own experience over the last almost 4 months working through complex trauma as a result of the breakup of my relationship that I had for 8 years, and with the woman I thought I was going to be with for the rest of my life. And one of the things that has come up through my my journey so far has been the realization that I suffer from a deep core belief and fear of abandonment. And it's weird because I really didn't think I had that going on because it's not like growing up my parents left me in the sense of they weren't around. It's not like I was adopted or anything like that. So it took me a while to process where that fear of abandonment was coming from. And what I've realized for myself is that fear is coming from the experiences in my childhood of emotional abuse or physical abuse that occurred, where I, as a child, felt like, here I am experiencing this trauma, and from the people or from the person I love the most in the world, there's something wrong with me for them to be treating me the way they are. There's something, I'm not doing something right. I'm not a good person. There's something bad about me. And that brought about a great deal of personal internal shame. And that shame, was tremendous in a child for me, and it's for lots of people, I guess. And that fear, me trying to, my child brain trying to work through that, said, well, I'm just going to work the best I can to be who she wants me to be, my mother, who she wants me to be the best version of a kid I can, and perform the best, and try to anticipate what she needs or what she wants to please her, and get the best grades I could, try to perform the best in the different extracurricular activities I was doing. And by doing that, then I would earn her love and her appreciation, and feel better about myself. But I remember it always felt like it was a constant battle, that there was never a stable environment, at least for me, where I felt like I was getting that reassurance or that feeling of love that I guess I was seeking as a child, looking back on it now. And throughout my life and all the relationships that I had after, I was constantly morphing my personality and who I was, and who I presented myself to be. Even through grade school, I would be that teacher's pet kind of person, where I was trying to excel and connect with the teacher through doing the best I could, and I would adapt to my personality and morph myself depending on the people I was interacting with, what environment I was, and I would constantly be changing these different masks and becoming who I thought people wanted me to be. And then in my professional life, working in a retail environment, and that worked because it's customer service, and you're in front of people who want you to give them what they want, right? So I was very good at just morphing to that and giving people what they wanted in that moment. And worked well. But at the same time, over the years, I've lost track of who I am and what I wanted, and I did the same thing in my personal relationships. You know, in my I was with a woman for 15 years, and we got married, and we got a divorce, and the thought of her wanting to leave me, even though, you know, I thought I was doing everything I could and to be what she wanted, just killed me. Just killed me inside, and it totally just affected my self-esteem, and in a big way. Just, this was a huge blow for me, the divorce, and then meeting Ruth, and then you know, she was a big part of helping me through that. But at the same time, I didn't have the chance or the opportunity or the foresight to realize that I had these traumas or issues in the past, and taken the opportunity to work on it. So I got in this relationship with Ruth, and it was very, very strong, very, very strong chemistry. We were so into each other, and so connected emotionally, and very, you know, she was my dream woman in so many ways, and I was just so thrilled to have her in my life for a while there. But then, you know, the same type of thing started to come up, where she was feeling unappreciated, undervalued by me, and you know, I was constantly feeling like I'm here. I am trying to please her, trying to give her what I thought she wanted, in whatever way I could. But this fear of abandonment issue is, you know, for me, a lot of the stuff that I would do to try to save our relationship, or you know, prevent abandonment, actually would bring it about in our relationship. And I can see that now, that, you know, me fearful of that would sometimes make me more controlling, would make me, you know, deal and respond to things that would happen in our relationship differently than I would have if I were aware of how big of an issue that was for me. And you know, and even with Ruth, I mean, she would constantly threaten, especially towards the end, or to leave and get out of the relationship, and that would just trigger those fears inside of me, and I'd be like building these emotional walls and these barriers around myself to protect myself as a defense mechanism, saying, well, if she's going to abandon me like my wife had done, and I guess similar to like I felt with my mother, then I needed to protect myself. And of course that made me distant from her, and affected the way that we interacted. And you know, we had so many ups and downs, and so many little breakups during our 8 years together, that I didn't want to give up on us, you know, and it was huge for me. That it was so scary for me to fathom the idea that here it was, and I was gonna fail at another relationship that I was so strongly committed to, and felt so good about at one point. It's just, you know, it still is. It's still hard to see, you know, and I guess it's still hard. I'm still working through accepting that's happened, and I'm still working through the process of moving on and the grieving of that relationship. And it's not easy, this whole process, but I'm learning. I'm learning so much about myself, and the different things that have happened in my life and that have formed who I am today and have been in the past. And it's been a journey. It's been a journey so far, but I just wanted to let whoever's going to watch this, maybe nobody, but it doesn't matter, but the fear of abandonment is a huge, huge thing. And I think it's likely that more people suffer from this than we realize. And I'm working on the ways to get past it. And some of the things that I've heard help with this that I'm still working on is creating healthy relationships with people, and slowly with people, and then also creating a stronger spiritual relationship, a healthy relationship with God or Christ or Allah or whomever you see as your spiritual entity of that you believe in, whatever that may be. And I think those are definitely areas that I'm going to explore personally. So, but yeah, fear of abandonment, it's a big one. It's a real big one. And I've realized through this process of therapy and group therapy, actually, for a couple weeks now, for 8 hours a week we've been doing this, that it's really all comes down to that feeling of shame, right? That feeling that I still carry, or my inner child still carries, from not feeling loved and not feeling enough, and attracting partners who also have had complex trauma and feel similar, but sometimes on the other side of the spectrum, through the narcissist side. So there's so much going on within us and how we react with other people in our lives. And I think it's very important for us to be aware of it and be open, like I'm trying to be, and be vulnerable and sharing what we're experiencing, so that we can talk about it. We can be real with what's going on, versus all this superficial crap that we find ourselves getting into. Because if you followed any of my stuff in the past and social media and stuff, that's really what a lot of what I was doing. It was just like a fake facade over life, versus the real me, the real Ruth, the real us, the real, so I think there's a place for that now. And I think we're all thirsty, hungry for real connection and real people and honest and open communication. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. So still on this journey, and one day I hope to be able to say, hey, this is the healthier version of me. So thanks for listening.